Aloha, good morning. Aloha kakaya. So this morning, it's 6:30 in Hawaii right now, and I gotta get to work soon. I get back on duty today, but today's episode is series episode is on continuing education, and so part of that continuing in education is an introduction to a organization that it's a nonprofit organization based out of Waimea, out of Kamuela, on the Big Island of Hawaii, and their mission is 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 to protect and prevent from exactly what's going on Maui right now, and the ultimate disaster that the worst case scenario, Maui's fire, Lahaina's fire, and so without further delay, I'll flip my screen around and show you my laptop because I want to introduce you to Hawaii uh, Wildfire Management Organization. So they're based out of Waimea. This is their logo, HWMO, Hawaii Wildfire Management Organization. And so I'll kind of, sorry if this is a little shaky or, well, yeah, I wanted to show you their website. So you can reach their website by visiting hawaiiwildfire.org. And if you go online to their website, it's a 501c nonprofit organization out of Waimea, out of Kamuela on the Big Island. It's and I'll go to their I'm on their about page right now, and so we can kind of go over some wonderful folks that make up this organization. I'll kind of go over okay their vision. So their vision is HWMO's vision is for the people and places of Hawaii and the Pacific to be wildfire safe and wildfire ready. Their mission is to serve as a hub of wildfire prevention, mitigation, and planning activities in the Hawaii Pacific region through proactive, collaborative, and forward-thinking projects. Their scope of work, HWMO is dedicated to outreach, education, technical assistance, and project implementation and research focused on proactive and collaborative wildfire prevention, mitigation, and post-fire recovery in Hawaii and the Pacific. So their goals: prevent wildfires, mitigate wildfire impacts, aid post-fire recovery, and provide a collaborative environment. So that says a lot. And if you visit their website, you can get into exactly what they offer. It's a wonderful organization that has a lot of educational tools. For example, this map. Oh boy. So this map shows the wildfire history in Hawaii, and it's interesting to see the impact zones. You can go in and look at that. There's a lot of community outreach, prevention, and they have education PDFs like this that are pretty cool. So wildfire and drought lookout. Drought means more wildfire. Be alert and be prepared. Dry conditions significantly increase wildfire risk in Hawaii. Wildfires are a frequent year-round hazard across Hawaii. Nearly all wildfires are started by people. Drought during past El Niños led to some of Hawaii's largest wildfires on both windward and leeward sides. You can let's see, and then just some tips and education on what you can do to be preventive, and a lot of it's the stuff that we've been talking about here, with just planning ahead and what to look out for, right? Looking out for hazards and runaway conditions. So if you look on Google Maps, I'll kind of pull up Google Maps and see if I can get you a little closer. I'll use the Big Island for an example right now. So this is a map of Hawaii Island. I'm in Hilo, but I wanted to use the area of Pauilo as an example. And so if you notice the dark green areas, it's eucalyptus forest. And these eucalyptus trees are over 100 feet tall now. And they are no longer used to, they were once planted with the intent of harvesting for lumber, and so the operation is no longer being used. But these unmanaged forests of the eucalyptus trees are still there and still growing like crazy. So if we take a look at Pauilo, and as you can see, it's green, heavily and very densely surrounded. This is Pauilo Hui Loop. Get a little closer. So this is Pauilo Hui Loop. And as you can see, the eucalyptus forest borders right up against it. So we talked about the wildland urban interface, right? If we can get a little closer. This is what a wildland urban interface looks like. It's heavily fueled areas and acreage bordering up against a town or homes, a residential area. And so if there were 80-mile-an-hour winds coming northerly toward the town, and this area was on fire, this would be Lahaina, right? This would be what happened to Lahaina right now. And so I think education helps us to solve these greater issues in communities that need to be talked about, right? This wildland urban interface, these are over 100-foot trees that are unmanaged and no longer part of the original plan's cycle of harvesting, replanting, and maintenance. Hawaii Belt Road, these trees border. It's beautiful. These trees, they provide oxygen to the atmosphere. It's beautiful to drive through. But in talking about response and emergency, it could be deadly. And so we'll move from Pauilo. Okay, we see Pauilo there. If we move from Pauilo to Kaohe and Kainehe, so this is Kaohe subdivision. And if you look at Kaohe, it's surrounded by these hundreds of thousands of trees that are unmanaged. And take a look. So here is what we call a natural or a man-made sort of defensible space, right? It's a road that gives us a fire break between these trees here and the town. But if you take a look at the other three sides of the subdivision, it's at risk. There is a huge risk. And so for fire personnel to be the ones solely responsible to protect Kaohe from the deadly perfect fire conditions that happened in Lahaina, that's asking a lot. And so prevention measures need to be talked about. And you know, if we move down Highway 19 towards Hilo, you have Kainehe. And Kainehe subdivision is where Donna's Cookies is and where my friend Kevin lives. But it's also surrounded, right? If you look at the situation there, you have the highway that cuts right between, but there's homes on both sides. There's no protection from, you know, a major fire that could come. It's surrounded by huge amounts of fuel. And so all throughout Hawaii, you have these situations where you know, there's near misses, and there's situations where the big one hadn't happened until it did in Lahaina. And so, let's go over to Maui real quick and take a quick look at what's going on over there, the topography, and what it looks like. So, Lahaina, Lahaina is here, right? West Maui Wildfire. They have it on Google Maps. So this is the West Maui Mountains. This is upcountry Maui, right? So upcountry Maui, Kula area, upcountry Maui Wildfire in this area. Then we have a South Maui Wildfire that's affecting above Kihei. But if we go to the deadly fire that's all over the news right now and just a travesty, it's in Lahaina. And so Lahaina borders up between the ocean, which is another natural, right, boundary, another natural defensible space. But let's take a look at what the defensible space was like above the burn area. And so, as you can see, compared to our picture that was looked at just previously on the Big Island, those huge forests are not here. So, but there's a different type of fuel that we're talking about. This is dry, leeward fuel grounds, right? It's dry fuels will burn fast and quick. And so here's Lahaina Luna High School, right, up on the mountain. And then you come down and Lahaina Town. Sorry about my camera work here. I'm holding it with one hand and I'm not very proficient for you, but that's okay. I just wanted to show you and kind of take a look at what was going on. So this whole area got burned, and we look at the fuels, and these are all dry, probably unmanaged. Okay, so we can see the difference between black and green. So it looks like this is the demarcation line, and it looks like the wind direction was blowing obviously down this way. I'm sorry, you know what? I don't know if that line is the actual fire line. I can't be 100% sure. I don't know because it looks like it's a different shade than what's above, but then again, the buildings and the residential area down here is colored in. Let's see if we can take a closer look. It's hard to say, but anyway, just look at the topography, right? If the fire's coming down, and we talked about this on the Big Island example, in those types of winds, there's nothing that could be done. But if we go back to other areas on the island that are bordered up against unmanaged fuel, then we can do something. We can educate ourselves. We can check out websites like HawaiiWildfire.org and look at their projects. Look at what they have to offer, Firewise USA, and sort through. They have a lot of data that was compiled, and it's especially after everything is so fresh in Maui right now. It's in our best interest to support projects like this that a lot may not have known are available, and go check it out. So thank you to the members of Hawaii Wildfire. Thank you to everyone, the members of Hawaii Wildfire Management Organization, for what you do, and I hope that we can get some support and attention to the data and the efforts that you give in education toward preventing, hopefully preventing what's going on in Lahaina right now from happening again. And so I gotta go get ready for work, but Have a good day. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll continue our education on how we can um, get best outcomes from the tragedy that's going on in Maui. As always, God bless everyone in Lahaina, and thank you all for your support and love for everything going on over there. And have a great day. Oiho.